Hello everyone, I'm Greg and welcome back to another playthrough of Memoir 44. We are going to go through the third scenario, which is Sword Beach. So I'm going to read the historical background first and then we'll get into the layout of the board. The 8th Brigade Group of the 3rd British Division, supported by commandos of the 1st Special Service Brigade and the amphibious Sherman tanks of the 13th and 18th Hussars, formed the first wave of Allied forces to land on Sword Beach, near the mouth of the Orne River on the morning of June 6, 1944. The tanks were to land first and engage the enemy before the infantry arrived. The heavy seas slowed the approach and both tanks and infantry came ashore together. The bad weather, coupled with stiff German resistance, delayed the inland advance, while commandos, including the 1st French troops, to set foot back on their homeland that day, captured the casino at Riva Bella. The bulk of the Allied forces failed to push inland and capture Caen, their objective for the day. The consequences of this, the biggest setback of Allied operations on D-Day, were to be felt well into July, and the city of Caen itself would pay a dear price for it. The stage is set, the battle lines are drawn, and you are in command. The rest is history. So, for the Axis player, they're going to be drawing 4 cards, and the Allies going to be taking 5 cards. Ally goes first. However, I am going to do a solitaire play of this. I'm not going to do it so where both players draw those cards. We're going to go half of the cards are taken each turn. So, the Axis player will take 2 when it's their turn, but first it'll be Allied. I'm going to round up. So, the Allies are going to draw 3 cards, choose one of them to play, and then discard all 3 of them. Then when it's the Axis turn, they'll draw 2 cards, play one of them, discard both. Then when Allies turn again, they're going to draw 3 new cards, play 1, and so on. Victory conditions is 5 medals. There are 3 town hexes, and they both have temporary medals. So if the Allies capture any of those, they can gain a temporary medal. The bunkers, there are 3 bunkers, one here, and one here. If the Axis controls them, they can gain their abilities of ignoring 1 flag and a -1 battle die going into it for infantry and -2 for tanks. And then we also have commando units, which are marked here with the red markers. Show it up close here for you so you can see. And those are marked as the commandos, so they can move 2 and still attack. A couple terrain things to keep in touch with is we have oceans. They can move 1 and move no further and cannot attack. Beaches can move a maximum of 2. Then we have countryside, which is normal. Forest, if you move into it, you can't attack and you can't move any further. The same with cities. We have hedgehogs here, which look like this. And infantry that goes into it can ignore 1 flag. Tanks cannot go into them, they must move around them. And then we also have our wire, which is if the unit going into it, they can either still attack at a -1 die going out, or spend their attack to remove that wiring. And then we also have, for the Axis of the Germans, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of infantry, 1 unit of artillery, and 1 unit of armor. For the Allies, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units of infantry, 3 units of armor. So, we'll begin with 3 cards for the Allies, and they can pick 1 and discard the other. So we have a recon 1 on the right, a counterattack, and assault all on the left. The only reason I'm trying to figure out how to play a solitaire with these kind of cards. With recon, you can choose 2 and keep 1. Well, that's what I may do here is they can draw one card from the top before the Axis plays, and then get an extra card to choose from for the next time. So we'll go with that. And then the counter attack, can't use it because the Axis have not played. So we're gonna go with order all on the left. We have 3 units here. So this infantry can move up 1. And then we have tanks, who they will move up 2. 1, 2, and still attack. And then we have this infantry right here, 1, 2 as well, into the hedgehog. These tanks, 1, 2, 3, are in range for these infantry. So tanks are going to roll 3 dice. And it is armor, 1 flag, and 1 grenade. So they get 1 hit, and they will retreat into the woods right here because they have to go back to their side of the field. So allies are going to draw 1 card for next turn extra for they did not do recon, so they cannot do that, but that's for future reference. So this is for the Axis, General Advance, and Probe 2 on the right. Obviously, General Advance. So 2 in each section. So we are going to do the tanks for 1, and then move into the forest. So I'm going to just mark them as 1. We are going to use these units as the other for this section. For the middle, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1 into there. Do I want to move any units forward? I don't think so. Not at this time, at least, until I get a better idea of what's happening. I'd rather go for an attack. So they will attack. And then on the left here, we are going to move these units into the forest. And then these units are going to move up to right here. So we will start with the tanks can't attack. So this infantry unit will attack this infantry unit for 2. And it's a 1 hit and a retreat. And they will retreat right there. Or actually, we want to go there. We need to get away from this artillery. So we have 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. We'll go after this unit right here for 1 die. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. And it's a hit. Alright, so that's all the Axis will do. So now it is the Allies' turn with 3 cards. We have a probe, 2 on the left, attack 3 in the middle, and behind enemy lines, give order to 1 infantry, move up to 3, battle with an additional die, and then after the battle you can move 3 more hexes. Terrain movement restrictions are ignored, but battle restrictions still apply. So let's go ahead and move up our center. 3 in the middle. I'm not too worried about the left here so far. So 3 in the middle. We'll put another unit. We'll go tanks 2. And to put them on the line here so they're going to be used for either or. We're going to get our rangers in the middle as well there. So that's 2. We ordered 1 more unit. And let's go ahead and bring these men up right there. So these tanks can attack this bunker. Hedgehogs do not block line of sight. So bunkers, tanks get a -2, so they get 1 die. And it's a miss. So Axis turn. We have a barrage. So you can target one enemy unit, roll 4 battle dice, ignoring terrain, score 1 hit for each matching symbol or grenade. Flags cannot be ignored. Or 2 on the left. We are going to go for a barrage, and we're going to target this unit right here, the commandos, and see if we can really knock them out of the water here. So I'm going to roll right here. Alright, so not great. We rolled 2 stars, a tank, and 1 unit. So they get 1 hit there for a barrage. So not great, not what I was looking for the Axis. Alright, so 3 for the Allies. We have Recon 1 on the right. Infantry Assault. Issue an order to all infantry units in 1 section. Move 2 in battle or 3 in not battle. Or Dig In. Issue an order to 4 infantry units and put sandbags in for them. We don't want to dig in. We want to do more than just 1 unit on the right, so we're going to do Infantry Assault. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units that can move from this, so we're going to do the middle. So we can move 2 and still battle. So we'll do 2. Two into the hedgehog. These units can only move up 1 because of the ocean. And then these units can move 2 into the hedgehog and still battle. So everyone, infantry-wise, can battle except this unit's in the ocean. So we'll just go down the line here. These units into the bunker. 3, 2, -1 for the bunker. So 1 die, and it's a hit. And then again for this unit, it's a hit. And then we have 3, 2, 1, -1 is 0. 3, 2, -1 is 0. So they're just kind of out of luck right there. 3, 2, -1 is 1 die. And it's a retreat. They will ignore it. And that'll be all that can be done. So Axis turn. 2 cards. Assault all on the right. Or Probe 2 on the right. I think obviously it'll be Assault all on the right. So it'll be this section. We are going to go just these tank units are going to go 1 right here. I don't want to get any closer because then they can go and do a close assault and then armor overrun. I don't want that to happen. These units will attack, and because of these tank units right here, I don't want to bring these guys out of the forest because they will get 1 die on them and they'll get 3 dice attacked on them from the tanks. So we'll go tank to tank for 3 dice. And it's a grenade, an infantry, and a star, so it's 1 hit. And then we have infantry to tanks, so that's 2 dice. And it is 2 hits, a tank and a grenade. Alright, so not bad for the Axis there. We're going to do 3 cards for the Allies. We have attack 3 in the middle. A counter-attack, or Probe 2 on the left. And I think we want to do a counter-attack here. Go all on the left and see if we can move that up a little bit. So we're going to counter-attack. So what can happen here? This tank is going to move into this wire, take the wire out. That way these units can later in go through and not get stopped or reduction of dice. so they can attack. These, let's see. We'll do this tank unit into this wiring, so that it takes that out and they can attack. We'll move these men up to this hedgehog so they can attack. And then these men will move 2 because they're rangers, they can still attack and go after the tanks. So we can use all our men to attack. We are going to go infantry to tank. 3, 2, 1. And it's a miss. So we'll go tank to tank there. So it's 1 die. And it's a retreat, they'll ignore it. Infantry to there, it's 3, 2, -1, so 1 die. It's a hit. And now we have tank, we're going to go tank on tank here. So 3 dice. And it's a complete whiff. We have 2 stars and an infantryman. So not good for the tanks. Alright, so Axis turn. 2 dice, or 2 cards. They get 2 in the middle, or all on the right. Gonna go all on the right. So obviously this is the main battleground right now. We are going to move these 3 tanks, 1, 2, to go right there. These infantrymen are going to move 1 out of the forest to there. And then these men will attack as well. So first we're going to do the tanks on tanks and see if we can get an armor overrun on them. So 3 dice. And it is a hit and a retreat and a miss. So hit, retreat, they have to go there because that's preoccupied. And it's a miss. They will do armor overrun. So they'll go after him again. And we'll go after the tank. We'll see if we can go after him because the tank is what's been the issue of bringing these men up too much. So 3 dice on the tank. And we have 2 retreats and a tank hit. So that is a medal for the Axis. Then we have 3, 2, 1. So 1 die on those men, on the Rangers, and it's a retreat. They will retreat into the hedgehog. And then we have these men will attack this tank, close assault, so 3 dice. And it is a retreat, miss, and a miss. So the tank will go back in the middle. Alright, so not a bad start there for the Germans. They've defeated 1 tank unit, close to a second, and they're bringing back the commandos. So it will now be the Allies' turn. So we have the finest hour. Roll 1 battle die for each command card. It would be 3, including this one. Each unit symbol rolled, 1 unit of that type is ordered. Each star rolled, 1 unit of choice is ordered. Ordered units battle with 1 additional die. Reshuffle the deck and discard pile. 2 in the middle, and then 1 in each section. So this would only be 3 units at maximum. I'm going to go with Recon and Force just because I'm guaranteed 3. So what's going to happen here is we are going to go for the left. We are going to use this tank and move him 1, 2, 3 to try to go armor overrun on that. So he can attack. We are going to move these units 1, 2 into this hedgehog for a second. So that was the middle, and now we need a right. and we will go these tanks, or we'll go with the tanks here. 1, 2, and then they can attack as well. 3, 2, 1. So they are out of range, but they are in range. They can shoot them with 1 die. And we'll do that first. And it's a miss. Alright, so we're going to try for armor overrun first here. So three dice. Oh wow. Okay, so we rolled 2 tanks and a grenade. So this unit has been completely wiped out. And we have 1 medal for the allies. And then we have this unit attacking this bunkered unit for 2 dice. And it's 2 hits. So the allies strike back. So pretty good on them. So it will be the Germans' turn. And we have air power. The Axis would be able to roll 1 die per hex, or they can roll or do an assault all on the left. And so it would be this section right here. I don't want to move my men out of the forest here because of the tanks. They would not be in a good position. These men probably want to hurt to back off a little bit because of those tanks, because the wire right there does not help them. But I think I'm going to go with air power, and I'm going to go after this unit over here because we can go after 4 hexes that are connected, that are just adjacent to each other. These are already wounded. I may be able to get the tank out of this as well. May be able to snipe a couple or kill a couple people there. So we're going to go with air power. Go there, 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 and there. So we'll start here. And it's 1 hit. We'll go with the tank. That's a miss. This unit. That's a miss. And that is a hit. So nothing too fancy with it. We tried to weaken them a little bit. We got a couple units out, but we didn't get the tank that we really wanted out of them. So we have 3 cards for the allies. We have direct from HQ. Issue an order to 4 units of your choice. Attack 3 in the middle. Or artillery bombard. If we had artillery units, that would be helpful, but we don't. It would be really good for the Germans to have. So we are going to go direct from HQ, order 4 units of our choice. So we are going to go with the tank here. 1, 2. Try for another armor overrun there. We're going to go here for a second unit. We'll try to take this left side out completely. And then our tank can run in here too if need be. So that's 2. We're going to go 1, 2. Right there into the wire and take that wiring out. And then I don't know if I want to move 2 or move them at all. I don't think I want to move them at all. I'm just going to order them, or I can order these units to move 2 or to move 1. 3, 2. Yeah, we're going to, until I focus on, or tell you what, I'm going to move this unit up too, and just not attack. So I'm going to do that. Alright, so we have 3 dice, tank against infantry. And we have one go off the table, so we'll re-roll that. And it's a miss, a retreat, and a miss. So they will go right here. And then we have this. We'll go with this unit first. So they get 2 dice against the bunker. And it's a hit, so that's another medal. And they will take ground. So they have established control of the bunker, but they do not get the benefits of the bunker. And then we have tank to infantry, so 3 dice. And it's 1 hit. It was 2 misses and 1 hit. Alright, so not too bad for the Allies. I feel like they're getting a real foothold on where they need to go. So we have pincer move, 2 on each flank, or 2 on the right. So obviously pincer move. And we are going to go, we're going to try to stick it with them here. Maximum die roll to go after this tank. So right there, we'll take the hit on the medal. And then 2 on the left here. We're going to see if we can take these tanks out. Or do I want to move them back? We're going to take the tanks. No, we're going to go move back into the city here. Or we're being reckless over here. We don't need to be double reckless over here. So 1 there. They cannot attack because they moved into the city. So these men will attack. And they will attack. They'll attack the tanks. So we'll start with that first. So bunker to tanks, 2 dice. And it's 2 hits. So not too bad. Good decision right there. And then we have 3 dice, infantry versus the 1 tank. Looking to get a medal out of this. And definitely do. 2 hits and a retreat. So that's their second medal. They will not take ground on that. We like to be close to that forest. Alright, so score so far is 2 medals to 2 medals. We're getting close to time here, so I'm going to close this one out. And hopefully next video will be the finale of this scenario, Sword Beach. Thank you.